In this video, we will compute the limit as theta approaches 0 of the function secant of theta minus 1 over theta. Okay? Now, if we attempt to compute this limit directly, we immediately see that we'll have 0 in our denominator and 0 in the numerator, which gives us an indeterminate form. So now to compute this limit, we'll need to do some rewriting or rearranging of our original function. Let us recall that secant is the same thing as 1 over cosine. So this gives us the limit as theta approaches 0, 1 over cosine of theta minus 1 over theta. We can go ahead and get a common denominator of cosine theta and go ahead and do our computation in our numerator, which gives us the limit as theta approaches 0 of cosine theta minus 1 over cosine theta, all over our denominator of theta. Now I want to be mindful that I'm keeping up with my limit sign because I have not actually computed the limit yet. Now we can go ahead and simplify this some more. We have a fraction on top of a fraction, so we can go ahead and do that division. This becomes the limit as theta approaches 0 of cosine of theta minus 1 over cosine theta times theta. Now we can rearrange our function and kind of break it up as a product of two different functions. So this is the limit as theta approaches 0 of cosine of theta minus 1 over theta times 1 over cosine theta. Now we're going to remember that cosine theta minus 1 over theta is one of our special limits, and we know that this limit as theta approaches 0 is equal to 0. And therefore we can use the product law and break up this limit to give us the limit as theta approaches 0 of cosine theta minus 1 over theta times the limit as theta approaches 0 of 1 over cosine theta. Now we know that this limit is equal to 0, but this one, when we plug in theta into our denominator, does not give us 0 anymore, because cosine of 0, when we plug in 0 into our denominator, cosine of 0 is equal to 1. So this limit will become, once we actually take the limit now, 0 times 1, which is 0. So our final answer for computing the limit as theta approaches 0 of the function secant theta minus 1 over theta is equal to 0.